Well, okay everyone, welcome back to The Long Dark, and it's all been a little bit dramatic. As you can see, I did not get very far on my trek to Trapper's Cabin before I got jumped by Ye-Wolf. Okay, I've only got a sprained wrist, so that's not the end of the world. I've got my hunting rifle with me. I tried to shoot it, but I haven't got any bullets, or I certainly haven't got any bullets that were loaded, so that's kind of gone wrong. However, I have a blood trail, and I suspect our wolfy friend is going to fall, so let's follow the trail. So yes, basically the plan was, just off camera, I have gone and done a little bit of wood gathering, so I've now got myself a nice little stockpile of wood in camp office, ready for when we get back there. I was heading across the Trapper's Cabin to go and grab the fishing lines and everything and bring them back to camp office, ready to start this video, and our wolfy friend decided to come and ruin the day. So I am going to follow the blood trail, because I'm pretty sure this wolf is going to fall. I'll be amazed if it doesn't. The only problem with these blood trails is you can't see them from any great distance. Oh, tell me he's not got up there. Let's go back down again. No, it's gone this way. Let's go back down again. It's gone over here. Oh, I think this wolf may have gone somewhere we can't go. Gone progressively higher up there. Oh, we can't go up there. Drat. The wolf has managed to go somewhere we can't go. That's just annoying. Okay, well, let's carry back over to Trapper's Cabin then. We shall make our way back to Trapper's Cabin. And we shall grab that fishing line, and then we shall head back to... That's not good. Okay, hopefully we won't encounter any more. No, I'll go and grab that... the fishing tackle then, and we'll head back to camp office, and then I shall outline the plan. Okay, well, it gets even more dramatic. Look who is here outside Trapper's Cabin. It's the moose. First time we've seen the moose on Mystery Lake. I have no idea how the moose is going to react. And just around the back of there is the bear as well, so they're all out here. I don't think the moose will actively attack us unless we get very, very close. But I kind of want to try and bring it down. I know it's a bit harsh. We've seen this magnificent animal for the first time, and our first instinct is to bring it down. But obviously, we're fully aware of the fact this is only a game. We never do that in real life. But it's pretty cool. We have a moose here. I assume you can eat the moose meat and it doesn't count as being predator meat. Oh! The campfire's got a load of stones around it now. That's going to be to do with the cooking mechanic. That's the burnt out campfire we laid quite a few videos ago. It's now got stones around it. Okay, what's our cabin fever risk? 49%. Okay, the moose is going to stay pretty still by the looks of it. I don't actually think I've got any more bullets or anything to take it out with, so... We do need more food, and obviously the moose hide would be really cool for crafting with, but right now I don't really have the resources for it. Okay, so, what did I come here for? Fishing tackle. That's it. Fishing tackle, and we're going to get rid of that spare hook. Gives us a couple. Okay, and I've also lost my toque, so I don't know if I've got a spare, because now I haven't got a hat. I don't know if I've got a spare hat or anything knocking about anyway. I'm actually carrying around a ski jacket that I don't really need to be carrying. I think I've got some clothes lurking around here somewhere. So let's have that hat and let's get rid of that spare ski jacket that we're carrying around that we don't need. There we go. Let's pop that hat on. Wolf coat. Has that taken a little bit of a hit? Only slightly. Okay, food-wise, we've got some food. Take all 3 of those. We shall eat, drink, and be merry, and then we shall make our way back to camp office. Okay, well, I've come outside to head off to camp office, and I'm in a bit of a pincer movement. I've got the bear over there, and I've got the moose there, and they're both heading my way. It's a bit unusual for the bear to stray this far. I'm just interested to see what happens when these two come across each other. I mean, it looks like they're both clocking me. They're both heading towards me. I'm going to stand a bit nearer the door. They were both heading towards me. They're homing in on me. I'm not quite sure what to make of this. What's going to happen when these two finally hit each other? I'm slightly worried they're both going to charge at me. They seem to be ignoring each other. Oh. Uh-oh. The moose is coming at me. I'm going inside. The moose is coming at me. Okay, so the moose is obviously a little bit more aggressive than I thought. The moose was charging at me there. And the bear was heading about. So the moose is actually more aggressive than the bear in many respects. The only problem is I'm now pinned down. I daren't go outside. Okay, I'm going to sleep for a couple of hours. We'll just see if we can... Well, for a start, this will heal our wolf bite. Our sprained wrist. It's going dark now, so... Okay, I think what I'm going to do then, we'll overnight here in Trapper's Cabin, then I shall see if I can tackle the moose.
Oh, I need to find food.
Yeah, I know. We'll see if we can tackle the moose and the bear in the morning. Okay, we're back. It is very, very early morning. I am really hoping that we can make this move. I've got what I came for, which was the fishing tackle. I'm half inclined to leave the rifle behind because I've got no bullets. So there's almost no point me taking it. Because I know that there isn't going to be any more bullets knocking about the place. Because I've already gone around all of these areas, so I might as well leave the rifle behind. That reduces my carrying weight a little bit. I'm just very, very concerned about what I'm going to find when I go outside this door. So let's be prepared to bolt back in again. Well, that's not helpful. Okay, so it's a bit of a whiteout. I can't see anything at all, so I think we're going to have to go inside for safety and just pass an hour. Okay, that's looking a little brighter. Let's see if it's any clearer outside now. Hopefully it is. Ha 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 ha. Okay. So, what shall we do?
Alright, I can't feel my feet.
Have we got any, let's grab some firewood. I think I'm going to grab some firewood. We'll set up a fire outside. Oh, I haven't got any. Well, that's annoying. It's quite a major problem, actually. I could be crafting some bows and arrows and things, but I just kind of haven't. Okay, so we're in that little bit of a situation now. I think I'm going to have to pass time inside for another hour. This is just getting a little bit annoying. I just want to get underway now and get myself back to camp office. Oh, well, it's cleared enough for us to move. That's the important thing. We can see what we're doing. Oh, there's the moose. The moose is still there. The bear has wandered off, but the moose is still there. And the moose is kind of heading back this way. This is becoming a bit of a problem. Right, okay, we may have to tackle this a different way. Well, so far it's ignoring us. I've also just thought I've got some snares up here, haven't I? So let's see if we can gather in our snares. Well, nothing in that one. Have a rabbit. Snare. I have another rabbit. Snare. And interestingly, I have another rabbit. Ah, nothing in that one. Okay, so I can probably place those two snares back down again. I don't know where that one's come from, because it's not actually in the snare. Okay, so let's replace those. Let's head back then to the cabin. Unless we, I'll tell you what, let's head towards Unnamed Pond. We might be able to go around that way and avoid the moose. We're going to have to bear the moose in mind, I think, if it's going to be hanging around here. We haven't got the means to dispose of it right now, so we're going to have to just work around it. What's the temperature? -7. That's not too bad. I'm inclined just to harvest some extra. I have put a big stack of firewood together. Temperature now has actually got colder. I've put a big stack of firewood together over at the camp office, which I'll show you when we get there. Got a little bit more. This just means I've got some firewood for this trek, because that was my slight worry, is that I hadn't got any. And if it gets very, very cold and we need to light a fire, I haven't got anything to light it with. Okay, we've got a hypothermia risk. So we kind of want to head this way, because this heads off towards Deadfall, so this is where we want to be going. Get us back where we want to go. We're carrying rabbits. That's the only... Ooh, dead dude. Don't think we've come across this one before. Let's just quickly check it out. Nothing. There are a couple of feathers though, which we'll need for arrows later, so we'll grab those. Oh, it's very windy. It's very, very windy. Got the volume quite loud in my headset, so I'm just going to turn that down a little bit. Okay, we're going to head down this way. This is heads in towards Deadfall, which then heads up towards camp office, so we'll head this way. And hopefully we won't encounter any wolves along the way, but knowing my luck we probably will. Bit of a long way around this, but avoids the moose. Not the best weather conditions for travelling either, this. Okay, so I'm going to outline the plan then of what we're going to do. So what we are going to do, we're going to kind of camp out at camp office for a little bit. We're going to get the hang of the food cooking mechanic. I did kind of allude in the last video to something with this food mechanic, but I didn't fully explain it. Obviously you have to place items on stoves or around fires to cook. One new thing with this new cooking system is that you can overcook things. It's not good. Okay, well, normally I would go back and thieve that carcass, but I'm gonna leave the wolf to it because it keeps him away from me. Plus, I've got enough to be thinking about at the moment. Yes, just what we needed. With the new cooking mechanic, it's possible to overcook food or boil water dry, so you end up losing your resources. That's a new thing with the new cooking mechanic. Obviously, before with the menu system, you just clicked on it, it cooked it, and that was that. You didn't lose anything, there was no risk of losing anything, but now you can overcook food, you can boil water dry, you can lose it. So you kind of have to keep an eye on things. So that's going to be a bit different. So we're going to get the hang of all of this cooking mechanic. We're going to use Camp Office as a bit of a test. So what I did is I've got a bit of a wood stockpile there now, and obviously with our fishing line, we're going to go and catch some fish from the lake. We're going to come back to Mystery Lake, Camp Office, and we're going to cook it all up. And of course that's where we're going to be crafting our deerskin boots. So hopefully the combination of being out and about fishing, coming back in, doing some crafting, cooking and stuff, and then heading back out fishing again, hopefully that will help keep the cabin fever in check. It will keep us sustained for a little while. That is one I think I've already looked at. And also it will let us get the hang of the cooking mechanic before we think about venturing slightly further afield. And I am going to come up with that list of items to take with me when I head over to Pleasant Valley, which is going to be the next long distance trek we're going to make. We're going to head to Pleasant Valley, we're going to take key things with us, and we're going to leave other things behind. And we're going to leave ourselves a bit of a supply cache in the dam as well, so that we can know that there's something there waiting for us when we get back. But right now, for the next few videos, I think Camp Office is our home. Home away from home away from home. Let's remember our home is the Grey Mother's house, so Trapper's Cabin is a home away from home. So this is our home away from our home away from home. Okay, so we are back here in Camp Office. Here's my wood stockpile, what we have got. We can now start warming up. We've got those ready to go. We have a ruin, one of those. We'll reclaim some wood from that. There we go. And we have a bit of extra firewood we're carrying as well. We've got the reclaim can. The cooking pot I'm going to leave behind. Here on the stove, I'm going to leave the cooking pot behind. We don't need to be carrying that around with us. The recycled can will be more than enough in case we need to do any emergency cookery. I've also realised how much charcoal I'm carrying. Got a ridiculous amount of charcoal, so I'm going to leave some of that behind as well. So I'm not carrying quite so much. It's quite heavy. The amount of it that we have is a little bit silly, so let's just back some of that off. We're going to get rid of the vast majority of this charcoal. There we go, and one of the spare sewing kits that we don't need right now either. The survival bow that we also probably should have left behind at Trapper's Cabin that I'd forgotten we even had. Right, okay, well, we are back here. What I'm going to do then, we're going to do a little bit of crafting while we have the opportunity. I also have these... rabbits to deal with. Where are they? There they are. So we need to deal with those rabbit carcasses. So let's just drop in and sort the rabbits out. Now we've not dealt with any of these so far in this playthrough, so I'm going to... We'll just do this.
I never thought I'd be dying from starvation.
You're not. Don't worry. We have food. It's not a problem. We have some meat, we have some gut, we have some rabbit pelts. Now we need them to make the rabbit skin mitts. We've now got 3. There's one, the other one is back in Trapper's Cabin. I probably should have left them behind in Trapper's Cabin, to be honest, and dealt with them there. But we can start curing the rabbit pelt and the gut here, so that we're not wasting the fact that they are here. And we'll take them back to Trapper's Cabin with us when we go back. Join the other rabbit pelt that's there. We have some rabbit meat with us, of course, now, which is going to give us the first opportunity to try out the cooking. So we're going to give that a go in a minute. But right now, let's just do a little bit of our crafting. I'm just going to do an hour.
I needed to find something to drink.
You're fine, don't worry. There we go. So we've done an hour's worth of crafting. Let's just drink since I'm being moaned at for that. Okay, and now we need to think about cooking. So we need to get ourselves a fire going. So I'm going to pick up some sticks and we're going to go for a couple of bits of cedar and some reclaimed wood. Now we're going to need to keep an eye on this because, as I said, probably don't need to take that charcoal, but never mind. As I said, you can overcook food, you can burn it. You have to keep an eye on it. So with this new cooking mechanic, you have to watch the food. There'll be a time displayed of how long it's going to take. You need to keep an eye on it. You need to watch it. You can go off and do other things, of course, while it's cooking, and that's the general idea. But we need to keep a bit of an eye. Oh, this is silly. Come on. Should have a reasonably good fire skill by now. I'm running out of tinder. It's not a major problem. I've got enough sticks. I can break those down for tinder, but...
Come on, little fire. Come on.
Little annoying. Come on. Come on, little fire. Let's get light. We want to do this cooking. Come on. There we go.
Perfect.
Okay, so I'm going to chuck a couple of bits of cedar on there and a few bits of reclaimed wood. So we've got ourselves a decent fire going. So we only have one cooking slot on this little stove, so I can only do one thing at once. That's a good point, actually. I can only do one thing at once. Aha! 54 minutes until my rabbit is cooked, and I can only do one bit of rabbit. So it's 52 minutes I've now got to wait. So that's how the new cooking mechanic works. The rabbit is in the pot, it's cooking away, it's going to take 50 minutes game time until it's cooked. If we don't then take it out, we are going to burn it, and when we burn it, we lose it. So we've got to keep an eye on it. But we can't just blast through them like we used to do. I should really have done this on the bigger stove upstairs because it's all down to cooking slots now. So we have a cooking slot there. The stove upstairs, if we just go and have a quick look, is a bigger stove, and it's got 2 cooking slots on it. So if we had 2 cooking pots, which to be fair we don't, we could be cooking 2 bits of rabbit simultaneously, which is quite useful actually. So I think ultimately this new cooking system is pretty cool. It works quite well. It's a lot more realistic. When we get over to Pleasant Valley in the farmhouse, there's a big stove in there, and I think that one's probably got 4 or so cooking slots on it. So we can make the most of it, but of course you have to keep an eye on what you're doing. A bit like when you're cooking in real life. If you're cooking multiple things, you've got to watch what you're doing. So actually, it's pretty realistic, and I quite like it. I quite like this new system. It is just a downside that I can't do other things while I'm waiting, so I do have to just kind of kill time, and it's going to take a lot longer to get through all of our different meats that we have cooking away. But yeah, when we get to the end of this, then we'll put the rest on, we'll cook through it all, and any extra fire we have, we'll make a little bit of water just to tide us over. But that's all going to happen off camera. As I said, we've gone through the cooking mechanic. So all the housekeeping, all this kind of stuff I'm going to do off camera just so that you don't have to watch me go through the whole thing. And then we shall pick up again. So in the next video we'll probably go off and do some fishing. And then we'll come back here, we'll carry on crafting, and we'll just keep that cycle going until we've fully crafted our boots. And until we have kept ourselves going and built up a nice little stock of fish. Then we'll head back to Trapper's Cabin, and we're going to go through everything we've got there. We're going to do a little bit of inventory. We're going to compile a list of things to take with us, and then hopefully we can think about heading over to Pleasant Valley. But right now, I am going to say thank you so much for joining me in the Long Dark. Really hope you are enjoying the videos. Hit the like and subscribe buttons, and of course keep on watching. Stay tuned for some more Long Dark, and I shall see you again very, very soon.